everybody. Thank you for joining us again. My name is Rachel Meyer, and I'm an outreach coordinator for the state of Indiana, our financial aid programs. In our video today, we're going to do kind of a high-level overview of college and career exploration. We'll start with the career side, and then we'll kind of go into, once you've explored that, how to actually explore colleges. So for career exploration, this is essentially exploring a whole bunch of different careers and jobs that might be of interest to you, and also use some of your skills that you have and skills that you want to learn. So before you start college, we really want you to have a good idea about what are your interests, what careers and jobs are you very interested in. So some of the questions you can ask yourself would be, what are my favorite classes? What are my favorite things to learn? What do I enjoy doing outside of school when there's no expectations? What do you kind of get lost doing when time kind of doesn't count? And then what skills do you have, and what skills do you like to use? So there are a lot of quizzes, activities, different things that you can do online, as well as in school with your school counselor or a college and career readiness teacher. People like that can help you with these things. But we have a great resource on our Learn More Indiana website on the Discover Your Interests. That is a short personality quiz, and then it will tell you some careers that would be a good fit. We also recommend IndianaCareerExplorer.com. You create a free account, you take 3 short assessments, and it will spit out lots of careers that might be good fits based on a combination of your skills, your interests, and also your values. And then if you want to explore further, you can visit IndianaCareerReady.com to learn about careers specific to Indiana and what you can expect to earn, like salary-wise or paid by the hour, things like that. And then there's also a great resource that's been around forever, because we used this when I was in high school, back in the Stone Age. It's bls.gov/OOH. It's the Occupational Outlook Handbook. And that is where you can explore careers, how much education and the type that you would need, and everything about your future careers you're interested in. And then lastly, for career exploration, getting experience. So this is really important. This is something you should be doing in middle school and high school to really in-depth explore those career options. So things that we promote: informational interviews. These are interviews with someone in the career you're interested in. You'll ask them questions, have a conversation. There's lots of resources online on how to do informational interviews. You can do this over the phone, but ideally it's nice if you can do that in person with someone. Job shadowing is another one. That's spending a whole day or maybe part of a day with someone in that career. It gives you a chance to actually see what it's like in that work environment and see how people are dealing with things in real time. An internship is real-world experience that kind of combines that with your goals. They last a few months or more. Some are paid, some are unpaid, and it's actually hands-on involvement in that career. And then lastly, a part-time job. So that's fairly self-explanatory, but for the part-time job, again, that's going to be a paid position. Ideally, if you can find something in a career field you're interested in, again, you're going to make money while also kind of slowly easing into that career. All right, so switching to college exploration. So the great news is there are different schools for all different types of students. So we have very in-depth videos on these that we've already posted on our YouTube site. So definitely go check those out for the really in-depth info. But essentially they break down into types of schools. So that's public, private, or proprietary. They also could be sized differently. So there's large, small, and then also online colleges. And then we have urban settings, rural or suburban. So you want to think about all of those different factors when you're researching the schools. And then we also don't want you to forget about apprenticeships, trades, going into maybe the military, professional licenses, things like cosmetology or barbering. Everybody's got to get their hair done. So think about those other options while you're researching traditional college as well. So choosing a major. So we've already kind of talked about the career exploration aspect. So hopefully you have a general idea of what the basic subjects you're interested in, maybe the basic careers you might be interested in. So a major in college is the subject area where you will spend the most of your time learning. Students, some of them start without a major, but you should at least know your area of interest before you would enroll in college. So make sure the colleges that you are researching offer the major that you're interested in, or at least that broader subject matter. And then also research colleges that include other majors you might be interested in, since a lot of students change their major as well. So if you're not sure what you want to major in at all, like you totally have no idea, definitely ask some trusted adults in your life to help you with this. They might think of some creative ideas of careers you haven't thought of yourself. All right, so how do you be a research star? First, you want to focus on the academics. So you're spending a lot of valuable time, effort, and money to get a good education, right? So that's what you're going to college for, those academics. So research, what are the required classes? Do they sound interesting to you? Are they aligned with your future career or maybe your second favorite career? Would they still be applicable to that? Do they have opportunities for internships or research at the college? Do they offer, again, those backup majors that are interesting to you, or maybe a minor program to add with your major? So again, a lot of students are changing their major at least once. So make sure that your school has that first choice and maybe second or third choice majors as well. Other things to know, the average classroom size and the average student to faculty ratio. And then lastly, will you have access there to tutoring, career and personal development, student supports like counseling, things like that. All right, the second part to look at, consider your social factors. So you don't live in a bubble if you're living on campus. This will be kind of like your home for 2 to 4 years. Even if you're commuting, you'll spend a ton of time there. So it's important to understand the actual school environment. So some questions to ask the admissions, financial aid offices, maybe even a professor if you actually get on campus with them. Definitely know about dining and housing options, as well as what they cost. The clubs, activities, any special events or traditions that are at that college. If you're interested in starting a club, if they don't have it, is that possible? So know, that kind of thing. Do students and staff interact with the surrounding community? If so, how do they interact with them? Do they volunteer? Do you get internships or part-time jobs or things like that with community businesses? An important thing to know is, does everyone just go home on the weekend? A lot of times if you go to a residential college, if everyone's clearing out on the weekend, that makes it really, really tough to keep friendships, build friendships, and kind of have that sense of community on the school campus. So if that's important to you, definitely make sure you're visiting on a weekend on a Saturday, or making sure you're asking, what are weekends like on campus? And then again, write down and ask any questions that are really important to you specifically. All right, the last part of being a research star for your college research. Look at the statistics, but always know that there's a lot more to the story. So some specific statistics that we recommend that you look at would be the retention rate for returning sophomores. So how many people go their freshman year and then also return that second year. How many students graduate on time? So if you're going for a 4-year degree, do you actually get that in 4 years? Career development and placement rates. So how many graduates are actually employed within 6 months of graduation? Do graduates get into their master's degree programs or into medical school or placements for other professional programs? Diversity is another thing to kind of look into. Is the student body diverse? Do they have a diverse faculty and staff on campus? Or do they invite a lot of diverse guest speakers so you get to hear all different kinds of information from all different types of people? And then the school size and geographic location. So if weather plays a huge part on your overall mood, mental health, all those things, will the weather there deter you? Or if transportation is needed on a very large campus, is it accessible and also affordable? Things like that. So we also wanted to touch on, I know we have tons of videos on visiting campuses, but again, the best way to know if you are going to live on the campus and make sure it's the right fit for you is definitely visiting in person, so you can get that feel for that campus. Most colleges offer special visit days for students. You can tour, you can meet other students, you can experience the dining and housing options and all kinds of cool stuff. And if you can't make it to one of their special visit days, or if COVID-19 is still around and they're not offering them, you can always ask to set up a personalized visit or do a virtual visit through admissions. So speaking of virtual visits, again, if transportation is an issue or, it's pandemic still, it makes it a little bit hard to visit in person, but we link to a lot of virtual tours on our Learn More Indiana website. We have a little table that you can expand for that. You can look at the school's website, check out their social media and their student publications that they have online that you can just kind of peruse. And then investigate your support services. So what's available to you? Counseling center, tutoring at the health clinic. Can you go if you're sick? Like, what do you do? Career development, professional development, all of that kind of good stuff. And then again, we highly recommend setting up a virtual visit where you can actually talk to an admissions counselor and get a whole lot of information specific to you and your goals. So we offer our school finder tool on Learn More Indiana. It's really simple. Once you've kind of compiled all of this knowledge that you've gathered, it'll sort everything through for you and then hopefully help you narrow down your list of colleges you want. And then again, our websites and social media, let's be friends. We always want to be friends with you guys. We will send out reminders for things, anything new that we learn about that can be helpful to you on your journey to higher education and even your career, we'll post. So definitely take advantage of all of our resources. So thanks so much for joining us again. We hope you're enjoying these series. Have a great day.